Hey guys, it's Linz. Welcome to Lean Soapbox. Today we have quite a bit of a different setup because we're literally just gonna sit down and chat, like literally just yap about figures, the MCU, and comics. Just do like a little catch up, I guess, because next week Daredevil Born Again releases premieres. So I think because I only have time to make one YouTube video a week, I think my weekly videos will mostly be on Daredevil Born Again. So right now I just want to take an opportunity to kind of talk about other stuff, just kind of like to test the waters, because on my channel recently I feel like I've only been talking about the MCU because I did Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, I did my thoughts on the Fantastic Four trailer, and I have been I posted 2 videos in my series where I'm trying to read every Silver Surfer comic. Right now I'm currently reading the next few issues that I want to talk about for the next video in that series. So I'm still not done with that, so that video won't come in a bit. So right now I want to take that opportunity to not only talk about some MCU stuff, but also figures and comics. But I do wish I could post more often here on YouTube, but like realistically making a longer form video is a lot more time consuming than if I were to post a TikTok, because for those of you who don't know, I mainly post on TikTok and Instagram too. I love spamming on my Instagram story, but on TikTok, like that's where I really focus. And since I started trying to do YouTube videos, like I've been like pretty overwhelmed with like how to balance the content, because I love making TikTok videos, but then I also have really fallen in love with like making these longer form videos. And I'm like, when I have an idea for a video, I'm like, oh my gosh, like do I make it a TikTok video or do I make it a YouTube video, or do I try to like do the video for both platforms? But then I'm like, if you guys are following me on my TikTok and you're following me here, or you're subscribed here to my channel, like I don't think you want to see repeated content. So that's when it gets a little conflicting and stressful, and I'm trying to figure out this whole thing. We're gonna learn as we go, but for now, today, like I mentioned, we're literally just gonna yap about everything recently. Figures, comics, and the MCU. We are just yapping. So let's get into it. The first thing we're going to talk about is figures, Marvel Legends. For those of you who don't know, I do have a Marvel Legends collection.
Here's my collection.
And Marvel Legends, Hasbro revealed quite a few Marvel Legends last week. So let's talk a little bit about my thoughts. So basically the majority of the figures that they revealed or announced last week were Gamerverse ones, specifically the Spider-Man 2 PS5 game. And let me tell you, I have played that game, okay? Because my little brother has that game, and also like I've watched like the gameplay on YouTube. I think that game, like I'm not a gamer myself, but I love the story of that game. So I'm pretty familiar with like certain things in the game. Okay, I'm gonna be looking down because I have the photos down here, but we're gonna start off with the 2 that I pre-ordered, which was the Symbiote Spidey and Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat one. However, I am tempted to cancel these pre-orders because, hear me out. Those figures look incredible, but my collection is mainly comic based, right? And I already have a Symbiote Spidey from the Secret Wars wave and the Felicia Hardy, although I do love her look in the game. Like realistically, I would rather have or wait for the comic one, like I don't think it's necessary for me to buy that Black Cat if I'm just gonna buy a comic one when she releases, right? Okay, but also like, I don't know, the figures are good. The figures are good. I don't know, guys, but it is really tempting. Specifically the Symbiote Spidey, like I just love the textured look that he has. And for Felicia Hardy, I already mentioned that I really love her look in the game, so it would be nice to have her. Okay, but now let's talk about the other figures that we got, starting off with Miles Morales' Boricua Suit. I saw a lot of people being really happy about this suit because of like the representation. It made me so happy. Like on my TikTok video, I think a lot of the comments were like mentioning, okay, a lot, girl, calm down. But like a few comments were mentioning that. And then next we got Peter Parker's Anti-Venom suit. And I did see a lot of people mentioning the fact that like it's supposed to look different, but honestly, like the changes they did, like it looks good. Like I like this color combination. Like, if I were to buy any other figures that were revealed, this one would probably be the one that I would lean towards. And we also got Miles Morales' Brooklyn 2099 suit. This one is a completely new mold, and I feel like there could be potential for other characters using this mold. But what I really love about this one is that like that top color that he has, it's like this dark gray or like dark brown that like looks really unique and neat, I think. And then we got the Peter Parker symbiote suit, which I already mentioned. I pre-ordered this one. Will I cancel it? That's another thing. I don't know. But what really gets me about this figure is just the texture, which obviously that's what he looks like in the game. That's what it's like in the game. But I love that little like detail that like differentiates him from the other symbiote Spideys that we have, right? And we have Miles Morales' upgraded suit, and then Felicia Hardy, which I also already mentioned that I pre-ordered her. Again, will I cancel her? I don't know. So that is it for all the standard figures of this wave. But something that I was thinking about is how, before we get into the good ones, by the way, but something that I was thinking about is how, like, if you're a fan of the game and you've never collected like a figure in your life, but you come across these, like, imagine like this could be the thing that gets you into collecting, which I think is so cool. Now let's get into the additional 2 that we are getting. First of all, we have Kingpin. Oh my gosh, guys, like this one is pretty tempting because I do not have a Kingpin in my collection, and there was a point when I bought the retro carded Kingpin. However, I really wasn't in love with like the way his face looked, and I feel like the face on this one is gonna look a lot better. But I'm like, would I really buy a Kingpin that doesn't have his like classic white suit, at least for my collection, right? I don't know. I don't think so. But again, it is tempting. Okay, guys, and the second one really did blow me away when they revealed it. It is the 10-inch tall Venom figure. Oh my gosh. Like, I truly think like this figure is like incredible. The scaling, wow. And something that I really love about the Venom in this game is how unique it is to the game. And I think this figure, like the way they translated that is quite literally perfect. I looked at this figure when they revealed it, when they were doing the live, and I was like, whoa, like that is spot on. Like there's no denying that that is the PS Venom. I don't know, I just think it's so cool. And again, if you're building your Spider-Man 2 display, like just the fact that you're going to be able to have this, I think is so sick, and it's going to just complete the collection, right? Oh, and they also did show us the X-Force 2-pack with X-23 and Warpath. I think the Laura figure looks so good. I am so obsessed with like the face rendering that they do. It's so good. I will say though, I do wish that she had an ab crunch, and of course Warpath looks really sick as well. But yeah, guys, that is it for the most recent Marvel Legends reveals. I think at the end of this month they're going to do a couple more reveals. I think they had said that nothing crazy to expect, but there are going to be like a couple things maybe, so definitely looking forward to that. Oh, and something else that I wanted to mention is that they did acknowledge the Fantastic Four figures that we are anticipating. They said the marketing right now is focused on Brave New World. However, obviously pretty soon that's going to switch over to Fantastic Four, and I could not be happier. Obviously they're going to give us like the movie figures, but I wish that we get new comic Fantastic Four figures because we haven't gotten some in quite a bit, and I have been waiting so I can add the Fantastic Four to my collection. I do have a thing, but all the other Fantastic Four members, like, they're pretty expensive, especially from that wave that my thing is. Like, it is not justifiable. I haven't even tried buying any because I did know that the movie was coming up, and I was like, well, if the movie's coming out, like, obviously I feel like they would try to like use that opportunity to like market some comic ones. So hopefully we can see that. That's really what I'm anticipating. Also, Marvel Legends, Hasbro, if you are watching this, please, I beg you to re-release the Galactus HasLab. I know that defeats the purpose of the HasLab, but hey, I was only like 15 when you guys released that one and I couldn't afford it. No, but real talk, guys, like that Galactus HasLab is like my dream. Like that is, if you don't know, like Silver Surfer's like my favorite character. He's like up there with Spidey, and I would die for a Galactus HasLab. And now that the Fantastic Four movie is coming out, I'm like, I wonder what they're gonna do. Like, maybe it won't be a HasLab, maybe it'll be like a smaller version of the Galactus, right? How they did with the Sentinel. But I'm just like, please, Hasbro, can you please give us something? I will cry. I will cry of happiness, guys. But anyway, that is it for all the Marvel Legends stuff that I have to talk about. I would love to do like my top 10 most anticipated Marvel Legends, or like a video kind of like that, because I I have ideas. And I would love to put them out there because there's a lot of characters that I would love to see in Marvel Legends form that we don't have yet. So that's definitely something that I would like to discuss. I would also love to do a room tour on here, but I also need to like fix my figure shelf. So I think I'm going to do like a little series of me redoing my like figure display. I don't know if that'll be on TikTok. I don't know if this will be on YouTube, but it has to come. As for comics, where am I at? So I am currently reading the 1998 Inhumans run by Paul Jenkins. This month, girl, like I have been struggling because I have been super busy. I haven't really had that much time to read. I think the only other comics that I've read this month are Silver Surfer ones because I'm, my whole series that I mentioned that I'm trying to read every Silver Surfer comic. So I think I've read like a few issues from his solo run. And I think that's pretty much it, which is crazy because last month I had such a good month of comics. I read so much. I was going to do like a whole video on here talking about all the comics that I read in the month of January, but I didn't have the time to do it. You know, guys, life gets busy, unfortunately. And okay, let's talk about Ultimate Spider-Man real quick. Sorry, I just remembered this, but I have only read up to issue 12 because I don't live near a comic shop. So like I haven't been able to go, and I was going to stop collecting at issue 12, but I've been hearing everybody saying how good issue 13 is, and I'm like, oh wait, are we on 14? No, I think we're on 14. I think today the 14th one released. I might be wrong, I don't know, but I've been hearing people just saying how good the issue is, the like next one, the 13 or 14, whichever we're on, and I'm like, oh guys, like I was gonna stop collecting at 12 and I was just gonna wait for it to go on Marvel Unlimited because that's what I have Marvel Unlimited, but now I'm just like, oh, like I feel like I'm missing out, and I'm like, I'm trying to avoid spoilers, but I feel like I've come across a few things that might have spoiled a few things. Oh my gosh, guys, and this month there were so many things that I wanted to read because I did want to read some Sam Wilson Captain America stuff, obviously for Captain America Brave New World. Luckily, a few months ago, I was able to get in some Red Hulk reading, and for the Daredevil Born Again show, I did want to reread some Daredevil stuff. Obviously, I did actually. Now that I think about it, I lied to you guys because I also the other day started rereading that storyline, Daredevil Born Again, and I was able to get through the first issue, which I believe is Daredevil number 227. I still have time to like go through the rest of the storyline. It's not that many issues, so I think that's doable, but I did want to reread some of the Muse stuff because in the show, as we've seen in the trailers, Muse is going to play a big role, and I'm really excited to see that. I remember reading those comics, like I think it's his like first appearance or so in high school, so it's been a few years, so again, that's why I wanted the refresher. Trust me, there's always something in my to read list, but all I can think about right now is the stack of comic books that I have over here that I have checked out from the library that I need to get through so I can return them because it's been quite a bit, but hopefully next month is a better month and I can get through like a lot more things. Also, guys, we are getting a new Silver Surfer limited series that I am pretty excited about because Silver Surfer Black is one of my favorite comics, and that one was also a limited series. So let's see what it's basically about. So it says The Death of Silver Surfer by Greg Pak and Sumit Kumar, and it is a 5-issue limited series that promises a tragic fate for Norrin Radd as a new enemy that even the power cosmic can't overcome rises in might. It says this rival will stop at nothing to crush the Sentinel of the Space Wave and his allies, the Fantastic Four, but their earth-shattering battle will come at a cost. What ancient secrets lie in the shadows of Surfer's past, secrets only known to Galactus? What? I don't know, guys, but I'm excited. I'm excited, and I hope it's good. I already love the art that they've given us for it, that like cover. Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah. But now we're gonna move on to the MCU. We're gonna talk about some MCU stuff, which isn't much, but I still want to add this part. First of all, obviously we have Daredevil Born Again premiering next Tuesday, March 4th. I cannot believe I've been seeing like all the press for this movie, and I can't believe that the original actors are back. This is such like an insane world that we live in, that like this show that happened so many years ago that was canceled. There was a whole movement to bring back this show, and eventually it has been able to come back. Like, that is just a wild thought. I've been seeing the reviews come in and a lot of them are positive, so I'm really happy about that because I truly do think that Daredevil Netflix show has to be one of the greatest things that Marvel has ever put out, along with Jessica Jones. I think Jessica Jones is such an incredible show, and I cannot, if they bring Jessica Jones back, Kristen Ritter as Jessica Jones, I will pass out. I have been waiting for this moment. I have been and we did just get news that The Punisher is going to have a special presentation on Disney Plus. So like, there's hope, guys. There's hope. And then we also have Thunderbolts coming up pretty soon in May. I think right after Daredevil Born Again like premieres their like final episode, a couple weeks later, I think, or so, we're gonna have Thunderbolts, which that movie I am so excited about. The trailers look so good. The dynamic of all the characters looks so much fun, and I think the movie's gonna have a lot of heart. I think just based off the trailer, you can tell that there's going to be emotion to it, and I hope people realize that and go out and watch this movie, because I really hope that this movie does decent in the box office. Also, they're literally already filming season 2 of Daredevil, because they've been saying that in like the interviews, so like that's really exciting to like hear. Also, by the way, Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday is going to start filming pretty soon, because it's set to release, if the date doesn't move, it's set to release next year, which is insane. But yeah, guys, I think that is all I have to say. Again, I'm still working on figuring out this whole YouTube thing, how to balance making the content for this platform along with TikTok. So thank you so much if you guys have been watching my videos. I appreciate it so much. I think the next time you guys see me here on YouTube, I'm going to be talking about Daredevil Born Again, so that is pretty exciting. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna close off today's video. Again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow me on my other socials. It's at Lead Soapbox, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.